Well, Elon Musk says his time in the federal government is over, announcing on X, quote, "As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The DOGE mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government." Now, during Musk's time as the head of DOGE, billions of dollars in government waste was slashed. DOGE says that it's saved over $175 billion since the start of Trump's term. And according to the department, when that's broken down by individual taxpayers, it is well over $1,000 each. So where was that money going in the first place? Musk revealed that a few million went towards maintaining, for example, an underground limestone mine to process federal retirement paperwork. Watch.
All the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And I'm like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp.
And as for the rest of those billions, here's a taste of some more wasteful spending uncovered by Musk and his team.
$520 million for a consultant on the environment. It's called Environmental, Social, and Governance Investments in Africa. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and promote licit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in the country of Colombia. Well, it's nice, $25 million to go into Colombia for something that nobody ever heard of. $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcisions. $10 million for circumcisions in another country. $21 million for voter turnout in India. $20 million for fiscal federalism in Nepal. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. I could, by the way, I could read this all day long.
Joe Concha, indeed, he could read it all day long. We have in our hands pages and pages, too. And at the end of the day, the uproar by the mainstream media that mischaracterized, that we were somehow taking away money from the mouths of babes, when really we were putting money back into American taxpayers, taking a chainsaw to the bureaucracy.
That's why the media is as trusted as gas station sushi at this point. Because these were some of the biggest stories day after day in terms of what Elon Musk and DOGE was finding in our federal government. And most Americans, they agree with the mission of DOGE as far as who could be possibly for waste, fraud, corruption. And if we lived in a sane and sober world, Elon Musk would be heralded as an unselfish hero who left very successful businesses to go into government to do a thankless job of cutting all of this spending. And instead, the media attacked him, smeared him, and then as a result, crazy people out there firebombed Tesla dealerships, shot at Tesla dealerships in some situations. So I think ultimately history will be kind to Elon Musk in terms of what he has done in this short period of time. The question is, does Congress and does the president, are they going to now actually give this money back to the American people through a DOGE check or from actually cutting all these programs that Elon Musk has uncovered? And
Kayleigh, I think, to Joe's point, there is obviously a massive amount of line items that are shocking and also the butterfly effect. And what I mean by that is, for example, when Elon Musk shared with the public that because of a lack of requirement to have a line item for Treasury payments, $4.7 trillion in payments were untraceable. Wow. That they just went out there so a small requirement had a massive impact that now, thanks to that requirement, will hopefully shut off the spigot moving forward.
Yeah, as Elon Musk said, the DOGE legacy will live on. And to Joe's point, I think you're spot on. I've written in my notes, Elon Musk had the ultimate thankless job. You're looking at the richest man in the world who signed up despite everything he has going on, SpaceX sending rockets into space, Neuralink, and planting things in the minds of people with paralysis to help them in their lives. That's before you get to Tesla. He signed up for this job. And when you're the richest man in the world and you sign up to be on one side of the political aisle, you're going to get targeted. Not only that, He signed up for the worst job in the world. No one in Washington cut spending, not Republicans, not Democrats. Right. Maybe they will with this big, beautiful bill. We'll see. But no one cut spending. He signed up to do the worst job despite the resume he had. And I thank him for that. But finally, I would just say to your point about Congress, House Speaker Mike Johnson said they do want to codify a lot of this. Don't want to get too nuanced, but it's discretionary spending, not mandatory.
Right.
Exactly. So it won't be in the big, beautiful bill, but they are going to get a rescission package from the White House. So DOGE will live on, hopefully, legislatively as well.
Which was my question and tee up to Jerry. So talk to us about the codification, because that will be the only way to cement the legacy for the American people of Elon Musk.
Well, and that's what's critical, right? You know how hard this job is when the most intelligent, accomplished human being in the country goes after it and can't get it done, right? Does not finish. I mean, his numbers are impressive, but we are a long way from wringing all the waste out of our government. And I think the major contribution of Elon, and what I thank him for, is that he's shown a light on spending we had no idea was occurring. He showed us the degree to which legislators, regular folks on Capitol Hill have absolutely no respect for taxpayer dollars. And that is the thing that sets me on fire. You know, that's my money. You've got to use it responsibly. And hopefully now, taking baby steps forward, we're going to be able to get closer to more consistent views on how to spend the American taxpayer dollar. It's critical we do it right.
And up until DOGE was created, you know, we had to open the books. We had Adam Andrzejewski's legacy, but the amplification of Elon Musk, and obviously with the position, the creation of DOGE, helped really just shine that huge light. And I know, Rosanna, that today in the Washington Post, they had a line that I thought was funny, where basically they were like, we wonder if Elon Musk has sort of grasped, or perhaps is true, that rocket science may be less difficult than politics.
Challenging the status quo is never easy. Making disruptions is never easy. Don't forget, what did he make in 130 days going through all the facts and figures? He made zero. In fact, he's probably leaving this at a deficit.
Right.
His Tesla stock in the, not doing well, Jerry?
Not doing well.
Not doing well.
No.
Maybe now that he moves on, he can figure out his company. But let's face it, all he wanted to do was cut the fat and do it quickly. Shine a light on some of these items that our money was going toward. I mean, as someone who's lived in New York when the World Trade Center towers were attacked, to find out a former Taliban member got $132,000 from us?
Wow.
Are you kidding? That contract was canceled as of March 31st. So these are some of the things Elon Musk did, and we thank him for, just helping us with our hard-earned dollars and not wasting them.
Yeah, we were definitely funding the Taliban weekly and monthly to grotesque amounts, that's for sure. But yes, and I hope, by the way, final point, that the mainstream media stops saying that he's like leaving in disgrace for no reason, when he's leaving because his contract runs out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For employee.
But facts,
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.